out of concern for all this progress, you speak with real fondness. You've done it already today about your experience at Cambridge, a university, and Turing and Babbage. I think you have associated Turing with Cambridge, but
yes,
forgot
I do.
Princeton.
I'm claiming him for Cambridge. Yeah.
Today, people like you working in AI are not primarily working at Cambridge or places like the Institute. You're working at Google DeepMind, or should I mention competitors?
Sure,
OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, et cetera, et cetera. So what are the reasons for that shift? And does it have consequences for the nature of the knowledge being produced?
Yeah. So I think the reason there's been a shift in that is because of, well, several things. One reason I started DeepMind, and I didn't do that in academia, was because I knew from my games background and working in games companies and starting my own games company when I was younger, that the speed at which one could get resources and also therefore make progress, you could do that faster in a company. I used to say to one of my co-founders, Shane Legg, we were both at UCL as postdocs at the time. He wanted to do it in academia, but I said that it's gonna, we'll be like 50, actually, sadly the age I'm sort of at now, before they give us any resources to actually pursue this, right? This is when we were in our late 20s and early 30s. And I thought, we can accelerate it 10x. So one is speed, not having to deal with bureaucracy and other things when you're a startup. Obviously, big companies also have their own bureaucracy, so you have to overcome that. But the main reason is it's turned out the way AI has gone is it needs a lot of resources, mostly compute. It's not really data, actually, because we're mostly using the open web, which everyone can access, but it's just compute power for the way that the scaling has gone, and it's become quite engineering heavy. Having said that, what I suggest to my colleagues in academia, and we talked about this earlier, is there are many things that academia should be doing orthogonal to that. So don't try and build, places like us, we're spending billions of dollars to build the machines to then, with amazing engineers, world-class engineers and research, to build these Gemini foundation, top foundation models. But they're available for pennies on the dollar, for anyone to run. And there's actually very good open source models. So you could do a lot of experiments very cheaply with the models, but to go further in terms of understanding what they do, interpreting what they do, maybe building benchmarks to constrain the behavior of it. We're in desperate need as a field, and I think as the world, for better understanding these models. Now, of course, companies are doing this too. We have very smart divisions and groups working on this, but we're also building the models, and that is the main track of what industry is doing. So I think academia, civil society should be figuring out what happens next in a way, not chasing after what the company's already doing. Just utilize all those billions of dollars of basically R&D, take advantage of it, and then move into the